yesterday, getting ready for spring training action. Pitchers and catchers, they've reported. Kevin Cash was out there speaking. Eric Neander was talking out there, and I was very interested to hear from Shane McClanahan and some very interesting stuff. It has been a tough time for Shane McClanahan, not only dealing with the injuries he's been battling, but losing his father. I can't imagine the adversity that you have to go through. It's one thing in your career where you're trying to get back on track. Shane McClanahan's still a young guy. I mean, the thought of losing your father at a very young age, that's tough, and you never want to see that. So hopefully he is doing everything he can. He sounded great yesterday, and I'll play you some of that audio. He sounded very excited and optimistic about the season and getting back to playing baseball. But getting back to the Trop is one thing that I know this team is excited about. Last year, Junior Caminero benefited with the power numbers. I don't think the pitching was helped out by being at George Steinbrenner. And I think this year, just being back at home, having your home clubhouse, Steinbrenner was a nice alternative. I'm not going to thank the Yankees because we paid them for it, but it was a solid alternative for what had to happen. Great job by St. Pete. Great job by Pinellas County getting the Trop back and ready so the Rays can be back home. And the Rays aren't going to start this year at home. It's not going to be until the beginning of April where we'll see the first home game. They'll be on the road in Chicago to start the season off, so a little bit of extra time to make sure everything's prepared. And then tomorrow we've got FanFest. We'll be out there live, FanFest 1 to 5. Ronnie and T. Kraz will be out there 1 to 3. And then Pat, myself, Sam Cohen, Nick Wise will all be out there from 3 to 5. But back at the Trop and Kevin Cash, I know they're excited about it. Here's Kevin.
I think there's going to be a lot of excitement. I mean, certainly our ownership group has worked really hard to get it up and running. The city, the county, so many people have played a role. I mean, they're busting it to get everything done. And I mean, there's a lot of new that's going to be in there. So I think our players are going to walk in there and be very excited. I know I certainly will. Our staff will. And like Eric said, appreciate Steinbrenner Field. That was about as good as we could have asked for, but we like being at this home, here in a couple weeks.
Of course you like being home, Kevin. Who doesn't like being home in the comfort of your own home and having all the things in the clubhouse that a major league ballpark should have? And George Steinbrenner, like I said, I went in that clubhouse plenty of times. The Yankees did a really good job at making sure that clubhouse was great, but they did that for the Yankees. That thing was upgraded and looked fantastic, but it's still not like you're going to get at the Trop. It's not like the comfort that you get for these guys when they're at their home ballpark. And I know a lot of these guys are new and they're not too familiar with the Trop anyway, but just the amenities that are available at the Trop, the upgrades, much better situation for the players. And like Kevin Cash said, Eric Neander talked about it as well.
Yeah, it's big. I think, look, last year's group, nobody made excuses. We stressed the importance of kind of the competitive makeup of the group last year going into a rental property, and playing in a different environment, that our team was not constructed to be optimized, for lack of a better term, for that part. No excuses, right? We felt pretty good about it through June, and then things went in a different direction. I just think last year, it was as good an accommodation as you could have. We understand the reasons we were there, and there's things a lot more important than baseball. Having said that, purely from a baseball standpoint, home is home.
Home is home, and thankfully Shane McClanahan will be back at home. And he talked about it. He talked about his offseason and what was just a really tough offseason for McClanahan, and just trying to get better and trying to get back on the field.
I don't think it gives me so much motivation, I say, to come in and crush, spring training, but, it gives me a better appreciation for, what I've missed. And, I missed the little things, being in the clubhouse with the guys and, the bus rides, to the fields and the plane rides. And it's like, you obviously miss playing, but you don't realize, I think, until you get it taken away from you, how special this atmosphere is.
It's why a clubhouse chemistry and mojo vibe, whatever you want to call it, I find it to be so important. Some of you may think it's overrated, it's overstated. I don't. Everybody's different, but you can hear it from Shane McClanahan right there, one of the leaders of this team. Like, he was getting juiced up by getting back with the boys. And for me, like, just smelling, I talk about it all the time, just smelling like spring training baseball, for me as a fan, gets me going. Can't imagine what it's like, especially if you've dealt with injuries, you've been at the top of your game, you've missed time, and all you want to do is not just get back to help your team, but just get back with your guys. Get back with the camaraderie and the chemistry of just hanging out. Sam, did you play high school sports, Sam?
I dabbled, yeah.
You dabbled? What does that mean?
I mean, I played a bunch of them. My main one was lacrosse, though.
Okay, so your main your main jam in high school playing sports was lacrosse. Do you remember the bus rides to the games?
No, I'm also no,
No.
but I'm unique in the fact like my high school didn't have a lacrosse team, so I actually played for my rival high school because they had a lacrosse team.
What?
So yeah, I was a unique situation.
Wait, scratch the Rays conversation for a second. McClanahan, I'm really glad that you're on the right track and getting back. What are you talking about? You played lacrosse for a different high school?
Yeah, so I went to Gulf High. Shout out the Buccaneers.
Shout out Bucks.
But it wasn't a very call it privileged school. Lacrosse is a very expensive sport.
How?
It is. It's because when I played, it would have been what 7-8 years ago. Now it's a much bigger game. Now it's actually the fastest growing sport in America. But at the time, it wasn't very well played, and not a lot of people played it. Sticks are expensive, pads are expensive. Essentially, it's hockey on grass. Essentially, so my school didn't have a team, and there was a rule with the FHSAA, if it's still called that, where if your school didn't
Florida
have,
High School Athletic Association, something like that?
yeah, so if your school didn't have a sport and you played it, I still had to try out and stuff.
That's so
but yeah, I went and
awkward.
played at the rival high school, which was a much more affluent school.
Did you play other sports at your high school and then end up playing the other high school that you played lacrosse for in those sports?
Yeah.
You see, your loyalty was dead on arrival. Who
Yeah,
are you
but-
loyal to?
I mean, I'm always loyal to the Buccaneers, but lacrosse was my main sport. Like, that's the one I had offers to play in college. But I played for Mitchell High School. It's kind of weird, actually. I have 2 varsity letters, one from them and then one from my school.
That's ridiculous.
But it's not like, me, even though I've only been here a month, I'm as loyal as it comes. Like, I was cool with my teammates, but I would talk so much junk to every other Mitchell kid. Even like when they would cheer us on at games, like it was like, go Bucks.
You go, don't cheer me.
Yeah.
You don't dare. You don't look at me.
But
Don't look me in the eye. You're not. I know I'm here and I'm wearing your uniform, but I ain't one of you.
Yeah, it was an interesting situation just because. But at the end
This
of
is worse than Chambliss getting a 6th year. This is worse than what's happening in
a kid
college.
can't go play sports.
You shouldn't be playing for a rival high school. No.
I mean, it was the only opportunity I had, other than in the summer. Like,
Play a different sport.
no, because I was good at lacrosse, man. I was good.
What? So you didn't play baseball, basketball, football, none of the traditionals?
I dabbled. I didn't play them all
I mean,
4 years
you
or anything.
Dabble. There's no dabble. Like if you're part of a team, you're part of a team. If you lettered, you lettered. There's no dabbling.
Yeah, but I'm saying I played lacrosse my entire high school career. I played those other sports for like a season.
Did you have any like moments where like I'm talking about with Shane McClanahan getting ready, psyched to get back with the boys? Did you have that on like my bus rides, baseball, basketball, some of those bus rides to just get to? It was awesome.
We did our big one that I actually did do all for, I guess, 3 years is weightlifting. That was a sport. And so it was just me and all of my best friends just lifting weights for fun anyways.
Oh, that's just so much testosterone.
Yeah, but those bus rides were awesome. Like we won districts, I think 3 or 4 years in a row. And so those bus rides were incredible.
I'm just trying to think of a bunch of jacked up weightlifters what sniffing smelling salts on the bus.
Yeah, a lot of C4, a lot of like pre-workout. Some ashwagandha sprinkled in there.
Ashwagandha? What is that? Like the stuff Aaron Rodgers took?
No, it's like a tree root. I don't know. Our coach used to be like, it'll make you stronger. So we were
Your
like,
coach
okay.
was feeding you tree roots in high school?
Yeah, it was a situation,
That
but
sounds like it, buddy. And you're going to rival high schools. You're eating, tree roots. You're on, what's the thing that Aaron Rodgers was on? I forgot the drug already.
yeah. Quick, Sammy Stats will be back shortly.
Sammy Stats will be back shortly, but there you go. Sammy, 2 letters from 2 different high schools. I'd never heard of it before in my life until today. We got some more Rays audio we'll get to a little bit later. Eric Neander, Kevin Cash, and once again, Shane McClanahan, who just a ton of respect for. Once again, he battled a really tough year. Anyone who's lost, I thankfully have not lost a parent, but I can't imagine, especially at his age, as he comes into camp. He lost the death of his father. He lost his father earlier this year. And just as we heard, you can hear kind of a new perspective from Shane McClanahan. So